Hello again, everyone. Some of you may have seen this card I made yesterday of a cardinal from this Alexandre Rene die. Very fortunate to be able to have a supplier in the UK now for Alexandre Rene. And someone asked me, I didn't make this card in a video, I just showed it. And someone asked if I could do a video to show making the cardinal. Well, I think really not so much the colouring, but the actual assembly is what it might be a little helpful to have a bit of an insight into. I have decided to keep these dies all joined together because there are 3 quite small pieces. There's the beak here, the eye, that beak eye, and this is the surround bit of the beak, and they're really quite small. So I've decided that I'm going to keep them as a unit because I just don't want to lose any of those tiny pieces. In fact, the way these die pieces are joined together is the best way of any that I've come across to separate, because it's got like breaking points either side, and they're just so easy to take apart. So I don't actually want this one to fall apart because I want to keep it all together. So what I've done, I've cut out, rather than colouring it, I just want to show the assembly today. So I've cut out some of them in different colours so that, you know, it might make it a little bit clearer what I'm doing. Again, I have looked at my iPad to find pictures of cardinals to see what colouring goes where. I think it just helps it to make it be a little bit more realistic, really. So what I'm going to do is something similar, perhaps, to this one, which is just going to have a red head and different coloured, slightly browny wings and body. So I haven't got any of the white bit round there, but that's nice. I suppose I could put a white bit of this bit, couldn't I? I'll do that. I will do that. And then you can see, you know, there'll be a different bird. He's got actually a grey, well, we'll do it the brown, the same as that. And I've got some cutouts there. So let me just put my iPad away for a minute, and I will just cut one of these in white. So to do that, I'll just put a little bit of card over that bit, or under it, whatever, and just pop that through the machine. So I'm not actually cutting out the whole 9 yards. Okay. Here it is. There's the bit I'm after. All right. Now then, let's kind of start and see where we go on. I found it a little confusing. So when we looked at the iPad, the wing part was slightly darker than the body part. These 2 bits are the body part. So I'm going to put the body part on the top. I'm going to join these 2 together and make the body part the lighter. So let's just put these 2 together. I'm hopefully going to use most of these bits. We'll see. Okay, there's the body. Now, this little bit sticking out at the bottom here is the feet. So that's what's going to go onto a branch or whatever. Now, this bit, the bit I've just cut out, fits, this corner here fits with that little corner there. So that goes on top of there like that. So I'll join these 2 together and I'll put them in that position there. Okay. Come on, go in the right position. Okay, now those are going to go there like that. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one. Hopefully you can use this video as reference if you find yourself getting in a pickle. Okay, next one. The wings I'm going to do slightly darker. So I'm going to put the lighter wing underneath the darker one. I'll just stick these two together for a moment. And the wing itself is in two parts, two pieces. So we've got this bit, and we've also got this bit. So I'll just put these two together. Right, and both of them fit together. This one over the top of that one, it fits like that. Okay, so let's put those together. My flappy bit's coming out. There we go. What am I doing? Right, this one, the short fat one over the top of the long and thin one. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. And that fits into that gap right there. Okay, so let's stick that down. Right, that fits in there like that. Try and get this line smooth, the transition between those two pieces. Okay, there's that wing. The tail comes down. Let's put the tail together, and the tail's going to be the same colour as the wing, so I'll put the deep brown on top of the tan. It's nice to have them stacked in any case, because it just gives that bit more substance. And this goes kind of there. I put it just underneath, coming from there. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on the back of this, and we'll pop the tail on there. It's got to sort of be in line with the body. You've got to imagine how the bird, it's got to look natural, you know what I mean? Now, the head is kind of tricky. We're going to have this one on the top, so let's put all these three together, shall we? And we'll have a nice proud head. Doesn't matter which way we do it. That on top of there, and that on top of there. Okay. Now, this is where you can have, I think, a little bit of artistic license. You can either have it so that that fits with the top of that there, or you could move it around a little bit. You could have it in several sort of orientations, really. The tricky bit is, I found anyway, is the beak. This is going to be, should I keep it brown or should I? No, I'll colour it black. Let me just get a marker quickly. Let's make it black, because I think they're black on pretty much all cardinals, really. Okay. Yeah, I've got it covered. Okay, so let me just stick a couple of these together. There we go. There. Now that fits on this little bit right there in that corner. Can you see? So let's stick that on there. Match these two little bits up. Little jiggy bit there with a little jiggy bit here. And it fits like that. Okay, with the top edge. Okay, that's the bit that surrounds the beak. And the beak, I think we can have a red beak as well, can't we? Let me just pop a bit of, oh, it keeps jumping out. I've got it in the wrong place probably. Right, let's just put a bit of glue on the top of that one. And we'll have a red beak. Okay. Now this has to go onto here. But it's kind of interesting where you want to put it. You can sort of almost vary the look that your cardinal's going to have. To me, he looks like he's kind of 3/4 face towards you. So I'm going to pop it on a bit about like that. So I'll put a bit of glue on the back and we'll just stick it on. But I think this is where the overall effect can be either made or ruined, because it's not quite, you know, at the right angle, and that wasn't just then. Let me just, about like that, I think. Okay. He's looking over his shoulder like that. So I said, and what I did with this one, because we've got several layers here now, I put a little piece of foam tape on the back of the head for him to rest. We'll get the angle of his head how we fancy it in a minute. Now here's his eye. I'm only going to use one of these, and I think I'll do the same with that. Make that black and then just add a little highlight with a jelly roll pen. There's no point just cutting out a black piece. You can easily put a bit of marker on it. You don't need to, you know, cut loads and loads of paper. You can just adjust what you've got. Now, I don't know whether that will take any jelly roll just yet. It might be a little bit wet. We'll just see. Let's have a look. I'll just hold it down with my tweezers a minute. That's all it needs. Just a tiny, tiny dot. So let's put a bit of glue on the back of this and see where we're going to place this. I think it's going to go sort of halfway on this bit here. There's a bit of glue come out. I'll just get rid of that. There we go. You see? And then we put his head. And this is where he can be looking up, or he can be looking down a bit more. You can vary where you put it. You can have this coming in line here if you want to. This one, you can see he's kind of looking down a bit more. So just choose, but try and make it look at the whole thing. Try and make it look kind of realistic. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of here, and then we'll attach this to the top of the body. There we go. So he's made. I hope that's going to be of help to some people, because I have to say, when I was faced with all these pieces, I did find it kind of a little confusing. What do I put where? What are the bits of him? Looking at the pictures on the iPad did help, but you know, there we go. Two different cardinals, the same but different. So I hope it was a help, and enjoy your crafting. Thanks for watching.